No, don't know why. That suddenly stopped working. Alright, well, let's get this first puzzle loaded. We got 2 today. I mentioned in my announcement that I'm not really mentally prepared for this today. Spent a lot more time today sleeping than I normally do. I mean, at this rate, it's obvious I'm not shy on or not in need of any drawing a blank on what it's called. The hormone supplement that helps people sleep. Alright, first one loaded up. And let's see if it looks like it's all set to go. Alright, give me a moment to get the second one ready to load up once we get this puzzle solved, if we do. We got a couple of ones there. One's possible there. One's possible there. That means one of these, no, one of those two is a 1. And one of these two is a 1. Much as I can for the rest of this, I'm just going to try loading up any place where I see 2 possibilities or less. There's a place where I've got less than 2 possibilities. Over here we've got 2 possibilities. I can earmark. This doesn't help. I end up with 3 possibilities here. I've got 3 possibilities here, and far too many here. Alright. Trees. Well, we gotta solve for 3 here. That means one of these. Oh, we got a 3 here, so I don't need to worry about that one. I've got 4 possibilities here, over here, 2 possibles for 3 here, 3 possibles here. Alright, on to 4. One there, one there, one there. I mean, I've got 3 possibles here, 3 possibles here, 4 possibles there, all 5 opens here. 1, 2, 3, 4 possibles up here. 1, 2, 3 possibles here. Alright, 4s aren't going to work out very well for this at this point. I got 2 possible 5s though here and here. Over here we've got 2 possible 5s. Got 3 possibles here, although no, I've got 2 possibles here. 1, I got a 5 here, and 2 possibles over here. This can't be because one of these two is. One of these two is because this one is, so that means it can't be any of these. And we got 1 here. Alright. 6s. 6 and 6 down here give me 2 possible 6s here. We get a 6 here, so up here we get a 6. And over here we've got 3 possible 6s now. Don't know which that's going to be, but I do know that this is going to be a 6 now. Oop, no, it's not. That is already. Alright. However, let's see. Nope. I end up with 4 possibles here and 3 possibles here. 6s. All right, 7s. These two is going to be a 7. One of these two is a 7. Got 4 possibilities here. 3 possibilities here, or 4 possibles here. And 4 possibilities down here. Got those 2, and then we've got 6 possibilities in here. 5 possibilities, or 6 possibilities there. 7s. Not a lot of usefulness at this point. One of these two is going to be an 8. That also means one of these two is going to be an 8. And one of these two will be an 8. Over here, let's see, we've got 4 possibilities for an 8 there. 6 possibilities there, 5 in here. 6 possibilities here, and 3 down here. All right, how about 9s? We got a 9 here. This one becomes a 9. Got a 9 there and there to go with it. This can't be a 9, neither can these two, so that makes this a 9. The 9 is going to be one of these two. So 9 isn't going to be this one or this one or this one. So we've got 2 possibilities here. And we get a 9 up here. Let's see, anything else? I think that's it for the moment. Can we solve this with this? Well, maybe. So we got a pair of 1s here, a pair of 7s, and a pair of 8s. One we're missing would be between these two, and that looks like it's going to be a 2. Let's go ahead and mark those. Three possibilities for a 2 here. Okay, we get 2 possibilities for a 2 here. 1, 3, so now we need 4, so we get 3 possibilities here. Okay, 5s. Looks like I've got just the 2 possibilities for a 5 here. And 6 matches up with 4s here. All open for 7s there. And 3 possibilities for 8 with a given 9. All right, maybe we can do something down here. I've got 7 and 8 tied up here. I do have 2 possibilities for 1, so we'll leave that. We get a 2. One of these two is going to be a 4 because this one can't be. We got a 4 up here and a 4 here, so this one can't be, and neither can these two. How about a 5? We get a 5 here. That doesn't help us much right now. 6, 7. We got 2 7s here. A pair of 8s here, pair of 8s here, and a pair of 8s down here. 9 here. Okay. 1, 1, 9, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is all over the place. 7's not quite all over the place. And 8's wide open. All right, what do we got here? 1. So we got 2 places for a 2 now. three places for 4. Go ahead and mark them because we're at the point now where that makes sense to mark things like that. 5, 3 places for a 6. Theoretically, I shouldn't have a 2 here, but I'm going to mark one there for now. Actually, let's go ahead and unmark that, and we'll, with confidence, say that this is going to be a 2, and that is not. So over here now, we've got 1, 2, and 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6. So we got a 7 and an 8. That can't be an 8, so let's go with this 8 up there and a 7 down here. And that puts us an 8 here, 7 up here, 1 and 2. Four, 6, 4, 6. Now that makes that a 2. 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. All right. Not a 1 makes this into a 1. So besides the 8, what have we got in here? We got a 1, 2. Like the other option here is a 3, which is also my option down here. All right. And then in here, we've got 1. One of these is going to be a 2. Can't have a 3. Can't have a 4. We got 5s dropped in already. That leaves 6s for us. And that gives me a pair of 6s there with possibly 1 here. We'll mark it. And then we've got the 8s here. All right. This is a possibly unlikely 6. We'll see. One, 2. One of these 3 is going to be a 3. Wide open on 4s. Let's mark them all. 5. One of these 2 is going to be a 6. Got 4 possible 7s now. 3 possible 8s. And a 9. Okay. 1s, 2s are going to be in here. 3s are going to fit not to here. 4s, looks like I've got all kinds of possibilities for 4s. Except, nope, these 2 can't be 4, so I've got 3 possibilities for 4. 5s, 2 possibilities for 5. 6s. I am hazarding a guess that it's going to be in the middle here, but I don't have an. Let's go with over here. I know that it can't be here, and it's going to have to be in this column somewhere. 7s. We got a pair of 7s as a possible here. So let's go with these 4 possibilities for 7. We've got an 8 here, and all kinds of possibilities for 8 in the remaining 6 squares here. And then we've got the 2 possibilities for a 9 here. All right, no longer is a 1 there, so that makes this a 1. 5s and 3s here. 1, 2, so there's 3s. 4s in the corners. 5s in the bottom corners. 6s in the upper deck here. Oh, no, 6 given. 7s. Alright, got a couple of possibilities. It looks like 7's going to be in the 4 corners with the 5s and 4s, or the 4s. 8s, let's see, not in the right side, or left side, yeah, right side. Looks like I've got one place for an 8 here. That tidies up a couple of possibilities for an 8 here. 7 here, 8. We got a 9 in here already as well. We can now clean up these 3 for 8. I got a 4, 6 up here. Also the 7. That makes that into a 4. Let's hold off on that. Let's check that. So I got a 1, 2. Can't have a 3. Get 2, 4 possibilities for a 4. Can't be a 5 for either of them. Got 6 is blocking both of those as well. We got a 7 blocking this one and this one. I've got a 7 open there and there. An 8 and a 9 blocking this. So yes, this is a 4. Not a 4 here. Not a 4 here. Also not a 4 here or here. This one becomes a 3. This one becomes a 4. Yeah, we still finish out that one, don't we? All right. So this one now becomes a 7, 5, and 3 here. And we get a 4, 7 pair there. 6, 3 pair here. Not a 7. Not a 7 or 4. What options do I have left here? Can't be a 1 or 2. 3, 4, 5. 6 is an option. Can't be a 7. 8 or 9. So 6 it is. That makes this a 2. Not a 6 here. 8 here. Not an 8 there. 4 and 6 here. 6, 4, 5 here. Not a 4, not a 6, not an 8. That becomes a 1, a 9. Oh, well. So not a 1, not a 6. That makes a problem here, doesn't it? All right, let's go the other route. Fill up all the slots. If as you find them that get filled, fill them. Otherwise, hold off. All right, let's go with 4 9s, or 2 9s here, and 2 9s here. Got 2 9s over here, not linear, so we got 4 9s here. We've got a 9 coming in here, and that takes care of 9s. How about 8s? So we've got 4 possibilities for 8 here. I'm showing 4 possibilities here. 3 possibilities for an 8 down here. 6 here. 5 possibilities here. 5 possibilities here. 6, 7 possibilities here. And 5 possibilities here. All right, 7. So I've got 4 possibilities for 7s here. 3 up here, 4 down here, a whole bunch of them here, looks like I've got 6 possibilities for a 7 in this one. Got one given here, so nothing else in that square. 4 possibilities here, and 4 possibilities down here. All right, 6s. We've got 2 options here right off the bat. 3 options here. 2 up here. I'm showing 5 options in here and in the square above. Over here, I've got 2 down the bottom. Looks like all 9 possibilities could be a 6 here. Got 3, 4, 5 possibilities for a 6 here. And we've already got the 2 in here. So we're now off to the 5s. Now we've got these 2 possibilities for 5 here, but neither of them are going to be a 5. 5 here is going to be right there. Now I've got 2 possibilities down here. Here we've got 2 possibilities. And here as well. Down here we've got 2 possibilities. All right, 4s. We've got 3 possibilities there. 2 possibilities here. Looks like I've got all of 4 possibilities for 4s there, and 3 of them over here. And I've got 4 possibilities, 5 possibilities for 4 here. Over here, I don't see a lot of guidance, so I'll just go ahead and mark all the possibilities. I did say we did have those 2 here, so now we are down to 3 possibilities here. Yep, we've already got them marked down. All right. So we are on to 2s, or no, 3s. So up here we get a 3. Solve. That gives me 3 possibilities here. I've got 4 possibilities in here. And 4 possibilities here. And it looks like I've got 3 possibilities here, plus 4 possibilities here. All right, we've got 2s and 1s left. Let's go with 2s first. Can't have a 2 here. Can't have a 2 here, so there's 3 possibilities here. This one gets to be a 2. We can clean up these 2s up here. I've got a 2 down here, so that means I've got 4 possible 2s in here and 2 possible 2s here. And now we're down to the 1s. Get 2 possible 1s there. Got a given 1 here, 2 possible 1s here, a given here and here, so 2 possible 1s here. Given here, so we've got 2 possible 1s here and 2 possible 1s here. And I do believe that's all of them now. All right, 7, 8, 7, 8. So that comes to a 6. Clean up 6s. longer options. Okay, these two are 1. The 7 and 8 are left as a problem to solve. Well, let's see if we can figure out. Here we go. 7, 8 pair here. Means that can't be an 8. This cannot be 8 or 7. And this can't be 8 or 7. Doesn't help us anywhere else. You see the 7, 4 pair. Means I can also eliminate 4s and 7s from other in the square and in the okay. Does that help any? Well, not specifically. 3, 4, 3, 8 combination with 7, 4, 7, 8 basically means I've got a purple, but it could go either way. Oh, not a 4 here. 6, 2, 9, 6, 2. Nope. 4, 6, 6, 2, 8, 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 8, 8, 3. Temptation is to say select one of these as an 8, and that would force, or depending on which one, would force the conclusion on those or not. Maybe we'll probably get to that point somewhere down the line. All right. So 782, 7452, 786, 784, 745. So I got 2 possible places for 5 here, and they match up with these 2 possible places, and they're not a good solution. All right. Let's take this 4, 7 here, and let's break that into a 4 and a 7. That turns this 7, 8 into an 8, and that one becomes a 7. So 7, 4 is not viable there anymore. Not a 4 here, so that's a 4. Not an 8, so that's a 3. These 2 become not 3s. These 2, the 3 become not 8s. Not a 7 here. We got 8s down here. 8s, 5s, 1 and 3. 1, 3, 7, 4. We got 3 there and here. Does it give us anything else useful? Maybe, but not obviously. We'll leave it at that. I'm going to try forcing the 3 1s here. That turns that into a 7, a 4, and doesn't do anything with either the 8, 5 or the 5, 8, 6. However, I suspect that's going to clean up a 7 here, turning that into a 9. 4 here, 7, 8 here, or 7, 9 there. That becomes an 8. This becomes a 7, not an 8, not a 7, not a 7. 2, and that's break it. All right. We go back to that trying to break the 3, 1, and let's flip those. This have been 1. Yep, so let's give this a 3, this a 1. I'll make you a 3, not a 3, 1, not a 1. Turns you into an 8, 5. So over here you become a 5, not an 8, 7, 9 pair. So this becomes an 8, this becomes a 2, not a 7, not a 5 or 2, not an 8. So this becomes an 8, this becomes a 2. Did I block? Yes, I did. 7 here, 2 down here, and 1. Not a 2, so I got a 4, 6, 4, 6 pair. This becomes a 9 as a result. Becomes a 7, 9 up here. Not an 8, not a 3, so that's an 8. And this, nope. This becomes a 2. Not an 8, not an 8 or 2, not an 8 or 2. So this becomes a 6, not a 6 here or here. 5, 3 pair. That, and we'll see if we get tidied up as well. Thinks that's an 8, so that would be a 2. There, 8 there. So not a 2, not a 6, or here. Not an 8, not an 8 or 6, not an 8. This becomes a 4, 6, 4, and 6. It turns this into a 7 and a 4. So here we now have a 3 and a 5. 7, 9, 6, 9, 8. And this becomes a 6. So this becomes a 1 and a 9 here. 5 and 4. 3, 7, 1, and we finish with a 6 here. All right. 32 minutes for the first puzzle. 32 minutes and 5 seconds, it looks like. Get a notepad. Come on. All right. So we're going to try again. Create a new puzzle. 4, 9, 8, 5, nope, 5, 2, 6, 8, 2, 9, 7, 7, 9, 3, 1, 6, 1, 7, 3, 7, 4, 6, 4, 9, 7, 8, 6, 5, 2. Let's do a check. And the clock is rolling. So let's see what we can do here. One of these three is going to be a 1. All right. Not enough info on 1s to do 2 doubles of it yet. We'll get a couple of possibilities for 2s here. Oh, we got to solve 2 here, so 2 possibilities there. 3 possibilities here. And 3 possibilities here. All right. So that's a start. How about 3? Like I've got a 3 here and a 3 here. So 3 possibilities here. That's not going to do much good. I got 4 down here, 5 up here, 5 up here, 4 down here. All right, we'll leave it at that for now. A couple of possibilities for 4 there. Solve here. 3 possibilities there. We'll see about coming back to it. Got a couple of possibilities here. 3 possibilities here. And way too many possibilities here. So maybe we come back, maybe we find something, maybe not. All right, we got a pair of 5s possible here. This one and this one are not blocked by this 5 and this 5. Over here, I've got way too many possibilities. Got 4 or 5 possibilities here. 4 possibilities there. 3 here. All kinds of them here. And there's 5 possibilities over here. All right, 6s. All right, we got a couple of possibilities for 6 here. We got 4 possibilities for 6 here. This one solves a 6 here, which turns that into a 5. That'll come back to be helpful in a little bit, I'm pretty sure. However, that does mean that now I've got 2 possibilities for 6 here. We're down to 3 here. Still have 3 up here, though. All right. 7s. I've got a 7 solve here. A 7 solve here. Another one here. And I believe the last 7 to solve is that one right there. Everything else has all the squares now have 7s in them. 8s. All right. Well, I've got 2 possibilities here, since there's only 2 left. It also means I've got 2 possibilities. Oh, wait, no. Not an 8. However, I do have 2 possibilities for a 1 in here now, and 2 possibilities for a 3. All right, up here we've got 3 possibilities for an 8. 3 possibilities for an 8 here. 4 possibilities in here. 4 possibilities here. And way too many possibilities here. 4 again. Let's see. 3 possibilities here. Okay. So 8s aren't going to be much use for us right now, but let's try 9s. We've got a 9 here, one up there. Looks like I got a solve 9 here. 3 possibilities here. With this solve, I now have 2 possibilities here. I've got 2 possibilities here. 3 possibilities here and here. All right, go back to ones. We were able to narrow this set down to those 2. Still have 3 possibilities here. We are now down to 2 over here, though, because that's filled, so and there's a 1 in this square, so it's only one of these 2. Got 3 possibilities for a 1 here. Here we've got 3 possibilities. It looks like I've got 2 possibilities for 1 here, and with that, looks like I got matching 3s. All right. Does not look like I have anything useful for 1s here right now. How about 2s? Did we change anything there? We've got a pair of possibilities for 2 here. We're now down to 2 possibilities for 2 here. We got these 2 as a possible here. These 2 here. We've got 3 possibilities here, plus looks like 5, 6 possibilities here. All right, on to 3s. Did we get anything useful out of this? No, we've got still 3 possibles in here. 4 or 5 possibles here, 4 down here, 3 here, and 5 up here. Okay. 4s. Still those 2 there. 3 here. Oh no, 2 here. 4, 4. 3 possible 4s here. Unless we can eliminate this one. Can't do quite yet. So I've got too many possibilities there as well. And 3 possibilities here. 4. All right, 5s. I got 3 possible 5s here. All right, here we've got a 5 and a 5. So one of these 3 has to be a 5. Not useful. All right. 3 possibilities for 5 there, 4 possibilities here. Leaves 3 possibilities here. 5 or 3 possibilities here. And 4, 5 possibilities here. All right, how about 6s? Still just have those 2 possibilities there. I think I've got 3 possibilities for a 6 here. And here. And we get a 6 here, which drops this down to 2 possibilities here. Still have 3 possibilities here. But that does help. So 7s are solved. 8s. Okay. 3 possibilities for an 8 here. 4 possibilities here. 3 possibilities here. No good so far. 9s. I've got 3 possibles here, or 2 possibles here. 4 possibles here. 4 possibles here. 2 here. All right, now we do the fill. All right. As I say, my apologies for that pause. All right, so check this again. We got ones, even twos, threes, fours, 5, 6s, 7, 8, and 9 is given. So continue on down to here. We got 1, 2 possible 2s, 3, and looks like I got a bunch of possible 4s, 3 possible 5s, 2 6s, I'll remark, 7, 4, 5, 8, it looks like. And they provided 9. All right, here we've got 3 possible 1s. Provided 2. 3 possible 3s. 3 possible 4s. 5, 6 provided. 7 derived. Looks like 4 possible 8s. And 2 possible 9s. And it looks like one of them can only be a 9. So let's check that. In that square, I see a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So yes, this is a 9. This is not a 9. May help us later on. We'll see. So we got this one filled. And 1s here. Looks like I've already got 2 1s positioned. 2s. So we've got 4 3s. A 4. Looks like 3 5s. 6, a 7. 4 8s. And 2 3 9 and 2 9s. All right, here we are. We've got two squares to finish populating array. So we got a 1 in this one already. Let's try being in a bunch of 2s. Get that 3 because there's a 3 in the square already. We got 2 4s already placed for position. Looks like I've got all kinds of places for 5s at this point. 6s are given, 7 is given. Looks like we've got I've got a 8 already out there, so we're down to 4 possible places for 8. We should probably take a look down at this tree here in a couple of moments. And then I've got 9s to place, and it looks like I've got 3 places for a 9. Let's take a look at this real quick. It says 3. I don't see a 1 from here, however, I do see 2 1s given here, this one here, and I know one of these 2 is going to be a 1. So this is not going to be a 1. 2s, we've got a 2 over here. 3 is what it thinks it's going to be. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yes, that is a 3. It turns this into a 1. And this becomes a 3. Now we've got some 3s to clean up. Up here as well, and some 1s. This becomes a 3, and this becomes a 1. This becomes a 3. And that makes this into a 1. We got a couple of 1s to clean up here, or 3 to clean up. And this thinks is going to be a 5. In the column, a 5 and a 9 are the only thing open, and there's a 9 already in this row. So 5 here, 9 here. So we can clean up some 9s, and a 5 at least. And that looks like it for fixing that tree down there. Oh, we got a 3 to clean up here. 2 possibilities left here. All right. Back up to here. We're up to here now. Now we got 2 possibilities for a 1. 2's already marked in. It looks like I've got a single place for a 3. Neither of those can now be a 3. I got a 4 provided. We have 3 possible places for a 5. Let's see. Okay, 6 there, so I believe I've got, 2 places for a 6. 7, 8, and 9 are all provided. So this 5 and the 6 become solves. That turns that 2 and this 9 in. Not a 2, not a 2. This becomes an 8. Cleans up an 8 over here and over here. This becomes a 4. So 3 here, 4 here. Not a 4, not a 4. That leaves a 4 here. We got an 8, 5 pair up there. And I'm cleaning up the strays, although this makes that into a 3. Not a 5 there. 1, 8, and 1, 8 makes this into a 6. So not a 6 here. And I've got a single place for a 6 here now. That turns this into a 1. This becomes a 2. Not a 8 or a 2 here or here. Not an 8. Not a 2. That becomes an 8. This becomes a 1. This becomes a 2. Not an 8 or 8. 5 and 1. Nope, 5, 1. And this becomes an 8. And had been an 8 from earlier. That's now a 1. 8, 5, 8, 5 makes this into a 2. Not a 2. Also, it doesn't want it going to be a 3. This becomes a 2. This becomes a 4, 8, 5. 8 here. 8 and 5. 4, 9, and a 5 solved.